Canada, people with eating disorders looking for help are faced with wait times as long as a year for publicly funded treatment upon release from inpatient or day hospital treatment. Joining us to discuss this tonight is Kim Duffy, founder of the Waterstone Foundation, and Emma Lyle, a Waterstone Fund recipient. Welcome, ladies, to What She Said.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Now, I don't know whether people realize that eating disorders have the highest mortality of any psychiatric illness and is the leading cause of death for women between 17 and 24 years of age. Kim, why don't you start out by telling us what Waterstone does?
Waterstone Foundation was started just 3 years ago to help, one, raise awareness of eating disorders and the severity of them, and to help provide financial aid to those individuals that are seeking specialized treatment.
Why did you want to found this?
My eldest daughter suffered from an eating disorder which began when she was 15 years of age. And we were initially had to wait 8 months to get her into treatment and to even have an assessment to say that that it was an eating disorder. And being the eldest child of four, it created upheaval in the whole family. We didn't know what to do. And I could see her, deteriorating. And I was like, we have to do something. So we waited to get her into one of the hospitals. And she got in. And then, unfortunately, she had a relapse. And we had to wait again. And we decided we're not going to wait. And we sent her to the U.S. for treatment.
So as many as more than 600,000 Canadians meet the diagnostic criteria for an eating disorder at any given time. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, Emma, you were one of them. So you were 28, and you say you began to think and feel obsessive about food at the age of 20. What led you to admit yourself into Toronto General Hospital for your disorder?
Well, I started suffering 8 years ago when I was 20 with an eating disorder, and I actually didn't admit myself until I was 27 to TGH. And at that time, I got down to 72 pounds.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm 5'6". And it really took the support and the encouragement from my mom and my sister and my dad, who are just unbelievable. Because I was too horrified and scared to do it on my own. But I think I really hit rock bottom in terms of depression. Just losing myself, not knowing who I was, what was happening to myself. I really lost hope. And so I know I needed help outside of myself because I realized I couldn't do this on my own even though I wanted to, and I desperately tried hard. But yeah, I went into TGH and spent a month there. I spent February 2016, I spent the month in TGH. And then I went to Waterstone almost about 8 months later, and I stayed at Waterstone as an outpatient. I traveled there Monday to Friday, about 6 hours a day for 2 months.
So what were the key messages that you learned?
From Waterstone? It really took away my fear and helped me to learn to have a light attitude towards food, because I had a huge fear base around food. For me, it was all obsessive compulsion and analyzing how food felt in my stomach to the extremes. I would plan what I would eat for dinner on Tuesday night. If I want to have this for dinner Tuesday night, what do I have for lunch and dinner Monday? It was that far advanced. And so I just started eliminating food groups. And so that's how I got down to 72 pounds very gradually. But, once you get to, at least once my body got to about 90, weight just drastically drops off fast. So Waterstone helped me to just learn how to normalize my eating again and become excited about food and not be afraid to try food, because I would say, I'll try this apple tomorrow, because I had not eaten an apple in about 5 years.
Wow.
And it would take me about, 3 to 4 weeks to build up courage to try an apple, or to try a new type of yogurt, or to try, a certain type of chicken dish. Where they just made it. They're like, hey, we're having this Tuesday. And Tuesday, 12 o'clock lunchtime came around, we ate it. And I would feel fine after. And because we were talking about other things, my focus was not on my stomach. And so thoughts about other more important things in my life started to manifest again. And there's other things that matter in life besides, what you put in your mouth. That does matter because it nourishes our cells. But I had other things I wanted to pursue in my life and bring.
How are you today?
I'm good. But I know it was. I know, with all my heart, it was Waterstone that really made me hit my turning point.
So what would you say to people who are struggling with this and who are too scared to reach out for help?
Own your story. Don't be ashamed of it because everyone struggles with something. Don't compare yourself because I did that a lot. I compared myself to other women who were successful, who had muscular, curvy bodies. But don't be afraid to talk about it to your family, to your friends. And I know it's hard. I know it's scary to ask for help. But at some point in our lives, we all do. And it's more rewarding for someone to help you, to see you get better.
So Kim, tell us about this new eating disorder initiative, which you say is going to be the first of its kind in the GTA.
What we would like to do is to be able to help different groups that have different programs going on in the GTA. And we reached out last year. We reached out to 8 different programs in actually all of Ontario, and we got proposals back where we ended up funding 4 different eating disorder programs that each provided innovative treatment. Being incorporating addictions into treatment. We provided funding for a transition house, which is the first one actually in Canada. At South Lake Regional, we provided additional multifamily therapy. There needs to be more services available, unfortunately. I see there's a lack of resources. We're raising awareness, but individuals need to have a place to go, and that is one of the problems that we are faced with.
And what about research that needs to be done? Because this disease it straddles every single group and category. It's ages, sexes, socioeconomic backgrounds. It can be anybody.
Eating disorders, they know, does have a genetic component to it. And there's always been the saying that underlying there's a genetic, but the environment could pull the trigger. So just like everybody may have something underlying, and there can be an outside influence that will set it off. There needs to be more research, most definitely. And I do hope there is more done. It's expensive, I know that, but yeah, there has to be more to understand more about the illness.
So where can people learn more about the services that Waterstone offers?
WaterStone Foundation, www.waterstonefoundation.ca, and we have our website. And there's details of what we do and where our funding is, the money that we're raising, where it goes to.
And is there anywhere that people can go who have, let's say, have a child who's suffering and they don't know where to get the money or where to get the help?
Well, through the foundation, most definitely. And I will put in NEDIC, which is the National Eating Disorder Information Center, which is where they are a not-for-profit as well, and they provide information of where to go throughout Canada, actually. So that's great.
Well, Emma, we're glad you're well. And thank you for everything you're doing, Kim. I think it's amazing, and for sharing your stories and raising awareness about such an important topic. And WaterstoneFoundation.ca is a registered not-for-profit charity, and we support you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
This is what she said. Stay with us.